Good morning, everyone. Today we are going to start your class 12th history, chapter 5, through the eyes of the travelers. Class 12th history, chapter 5, through the eyes of the travelers. Okay. I hope you have remember in your syllabus we have to read the three foreign travelers and their accounts, what they wrote in India, what they feel India, and on the basis of their personal experience, they explained it in their text. Number 1, Al-Biruni, who visited India during 11th century. Second, Ibn Battuta during 14th century, and then after the Francois Bernier or Francis Bernier during 16th, 17th century. So my dear, it is a very interesting topic what we are discussing in my last class, Al-Biruni. In that topic, I was discussing about that the Al-Birunis and their book, Tahqiq-e-Hind or Kitab-ul-Hind, in which he explained about the Indian social condition, political condition. Al-Biruni explained in his text about the social condition of India during 11th century. He also explained about women condition. My dear, I had already informed you about the Al-Biruni's Kitab-ul-Hind, in which he explained the economical condition, trade route, cultural activities, Indian customs, rituals, festival, and these type of all details he explained in his text, Kitab-ul-Hind. When he explained about the untouchables, caste system of India, he given the very vast list of the untouchables who lived in India and who faced so many difficulties. They were categorized by society, they were discriminated by the urban people, and when he explained, except it, he also explained astronomy, geometry, science, medicines, these type of informations also. Al-Biruni was very intellectual person. He was very important Muslim visitors who visited India, who translated the various books. In my last class, I was informed you, I was taught you, I was given the information about the book which is translated by Al-Biruni, the book Brihat Sanghita, who wrote Varah Mihir, the book Brahma Siddhant, written by Brahma Gupta, the book Mahabhasya, written by Patanjali, the book and Gita, Ved, Quran, this was also read by them and analysis that, and on the basis of that he tried to explain the important fact which is given here. It is very important for us, for our society, for our history as a source to understand during that time of the whole scenario. But here I want to inform you that Al-Biruni never explained about the political system of India. He never explained about the praises of the king. He always focused himself in the actual condition of India during 12th century. उन्होंने उन उन चीज़ों को लिखा, उन चीज़ों को देखा, जो उन्होंने रियलाइज किया, जो उन्होंने फील किया, उस चीज़ों को उन लोगों ने लिखने का प्रयास किया. In your book, page number 124, the topic which is given is very important, that the making sense of an alien world. The making sense of an alien world. Topic. Making sense of an alien world. Okay, in this topic, this heading gives us very important information. Actually, as you know that I told you, the Al-Biruni, who was not the citizen of India, who came from the other city, from Khwarizm, Ghazni, and then after he entered Sindh, and then after he entered Banaras and such type of other places. Even we have no document on the basis of that we can say that which place visited by him in India, we have no information. But according to their explanation, according to the fact which is mentioned in their text, on the basis of that we can say that he visited the Varanasi, he visited some specific place, Mathura, and such type of others. Because he explained that when I was visited Varanasi, I interact with Brahmins and try to understand the Sanskrit language. I read Sanskrit language from them, and it is very fruitful for me to explain this. To explain the Sanskrit text in Arabic form. He also explained about Mathura, that when I was visited Mathura, when I saw the different he criticized the temples, Indian Hindu temples. He felt that Hindu temples, that is the center of store of the wealth. So that's why the foreigners, their main focus to loot at that temple, and it is totally against the Indian culture. That is their analytical approach. What he write may be correct, may not be correct, according to historian, that what he wrote that was not absolutely correct, because he was not getting properly what happening in India, Indian custom, Indian traditions, Indian rituals, Indian religion also. But matter is that during that time he explained all these. So that's why I am saying this is the very, very important fact. Dear, if you will see your book, there the topic, making sense of an alien world. The alien world, if you will focus that word, alien world. Why author why in your book use this word? Because it directly indicates that Al-Birunis, who don't know about that Indian, the society and Indian everything. India is alien world for him. Okay? So, Al-Biruni, what he explained, we are going to read. And I hope you have remembered, I was discussed the various things. मैंने आपको कई सारी चीज़ों के बारे में बताया. तो उन चीज़ों के आधार पे मैंने इन बातों को एक्सप्लेन किया कि एलियन वर्ल्ड उसके लिए था क्योंकि वो भारत आया और भारत के बारे में वो पूरी चीज़ों को नहीं जानता था, और उसने भारत आने के बाद तमाम सारी चीज़ों पे एक अच्छा रिसर्च किया, एक अच्छी चीज़ों को देखा, समझा. A language with an enormous range. Al-Biruni and the Sanskritic tradition. इसी में सब टॉपिक है. Al-Biruni and the Sanskritic tradition. Sanskritic tradition. Okay, this is a subtopic in this. main topic. And one other topic which I want to explain with you, a language with the enormous range. A language with the enormous range. So these two topics is very important to understand these first topic. I mean to say that making sense of an alien world, and second the Alberonians and the Sanskritic traditions and language within the enormous range. तो आप इन चीज़ों को दोनों को मिक्स करके अगर आप पढ़ें तो आप आसानी से आप इस टॉपिक को समझ सकते हैं. अब अल्बेरोनीज एंड द सांस्कृतिक ट्रेडिशंस में 4.1 टॉपिक है ओवरकमिंग द बैरियर्स टू अंडरस्टैंडिंग. ओवरकमिंग द बैरियर्स, इसी में सब टॉपिक है overcoming barriers. Overcoming barriers to understand. To understand. Okay. You can start this topic. If you will have book, you can open your book. And here I mentioned the topic which we are going to read. And I will try to explain these topics properly, bilingual, Hindi and English. It would be better for you to understand this topic, what I think. Okay, let's start. If you will see your book, there clearly mentioned about the overcoming barriers to understanding. As we have seen, the travelers often compared what they saw in the subcontinent with the practices with which they were familiar. Each travelers adopted distinct strategies to understand what they observed. Al-Biruni, for instance, was aware of the problems inherent in the task he had set himself. He discussed several barriers that he felt obstructed understanding. The first amongst these was language. According to him, Sanskrit was so different from Arabic and Persian that ideas and the concepts could not be easily translated from one language to another language. Okay, that is a very interesting point here. Al-Biruni is first explain the main barriers to understanding the actual thing. He explained that the Sanskrit language is very difficult. It is totally different from Arabic and Persian. And what I felt to translate from Sanskrit to Arabic, that the Sanskrit, that is very critical. The language, that is not so easy. This was explained by him. The first thing is what he focused, the language is the main barriers to understanding. Language is the main barriers to understanding. He also explained, he also mentioned this point in their book. वो कहता है कि भारत में जब मैं आया, भारत में आने के बाद मैंने कुछ चीज़ों को देखा, इंडिया में मैंने कुछ चीज़ों को देखा, और वो चीज़ क्या थी? तो कहता है कि जैसा कि हमने देखा है, यात्रियों ने जो भारत में आए, विदेशी यात्री थे, उन लोगों को यहाँ की प्रथाओं को, भारत के जो समस्याएं थी, जो घटनाएं थी, उस प्रत्येक घटना को, उस प्रत्येक सिचुएशंस को समझने के लिए अलग अलग अप्रोच से लोगों ने उसको लिया। ऐसी समस्याएं सबके सामने आई, भाषा संबंधित समस्या। सपोज यू आर ए विजिटर्स, यू कैन टेक हिम एज ए विजिटर्स। Suppose you have to visit China or France or Germany or whatever European country or another country where the language is not known by you. What would you do in that condition when you will reach particular place, when you will try to interact with the common people, but you are not aware of their language. So that is the main reason. I think you are getting what I am saying. That reason, what he mentioned, what the overcoming barriers to understanding, explained by अल्बेरुनी. इसी को अल्बेरुनी भी कहता है कि प्रत्येक यात्री ने जो देखा उसे समझने के लिए एक अलग विधि उसने अपनाई. उदाहरण के लिए अल्बेरुनी ने अपने लिए निर्धारित उद्देश्य में निहित समस्याओं से परिचय होने के लिए इन चीज़ों को एक्सप्लेन किया. So that's why I am saying, my dear student, that what Al-Biruni explained when he tried to wrote their text, what he felt having seen the India and the social conditions, their cultural conditions, and the actuality. If you will read your book, where clearly mentioned that the second barrier, first barrier what I teach, that this language is the first barrier. The second barrier he identified was the differences in religious beliefs and the practices, the self-absorptions and the consequent, the insularity of the local population. According to him, the constituted the third barriers. Second barrier. Let me explain the second barrier. What Al-Biruni felt. When Al-Biruni reached India, he observed that in India there were the different religious sects like Vaishnavism, like Saivism, like Shakt, like Ganpatya, like Surya. तमाम सारे छोटे छोटे सब धार्मिक संप्रदायों के बारे में देखा, उनके विश्वासों को देखा, और फिर उसने रियलाइज किया कि ये सबसे बड़ी समस्या है कि ये विभिन्न प्रकार के जो धार्मिक संप्रदाय हैं इनके मत पंथ विश्वासों को समझना और इनके बारे में लिखना, क्योंकि हर जगह कुछ न कुछ उसको डिफरेंसेस दिखेंगे. जैसे मैं फॉर एग्जांपल आई वांट टू डिस्कस यू, आई वांट टू व्हाट एक्सप्लेन हियर दैट द सपोज Pasupat, that is the religious sect. The Pasupat divided into different sects like the Kapalik, like Kalamukh, like Veersaiva or Lingayat, like such type of different sects. Everyone follows Lord Shiva as their main deity, but the main belief that is different from each other. एक दूसरे से वो अलग है. कर्नाटक का अगर वीरशैव संप्रदाय देखें, I think you have remember about the Veersaiva or Lingayat. In this chapter, in the previous chapter, chapter 6, when we will read Bhakti Sufi traditions, we will discuss the Veersaiva or Lingayat. And even in chapter 4, when I taught you the Puranic traditions, where I discussed with you that the Saivism and Vaishnavism, there are two sects. The prime deity in Saivism, Lord Shiva, and the chief god in Vaishnavism, Lord Vishnu. The differences. Tantrism also. तो आपने देखा इन्हीं बात का उल्लेख करते हुए कहता है कि सेकेंड बैरियर जो है, second barrier is that in India there are the various religious sects. We were facing very difficulties to understanding their practices, their faith. When जब हम अपने टेक्स्ट को लिखना शुरू करते हैं, उन चीज़ों को एक्सप्लेन करना, थर्ड बैरियर के बारे में कहते हैं वो. The third barrier, what is interesting is that even though he was aware of these problems, Al-Biruni depended almost exclusively on the work of Brahmins, often citing passages from the Vedas, the Purans, the Bhagavad Gita, and the work of Patanjali and the Manusmriti etc. to provide an understanding of Indian society. वो कहता है एक एक करके वो अपने जो हिंड्रेंस हैं, जो अंडरस्टैंडिंग में बैरियर्स हैं, उनकी बातों करता है. कहता है उसने जब बैरियर की बात करता है तो कहता है कि सबसे बड़ी समस्या हमारे लिए है, सबसे पहला हमारे लिए जो बैरियर है वो लैंग्वेज थी, जिसके बारे में मैंने आपसे कहा कि संस्कृत लैंग्वेज को अरेबिक और फारसी से टोटली डिफरेंट था, उसे समझना, उसको दूसरी भाषा में अनुवाद करना आसान नहीं था। उसके द्वारा चिन्हित दूसरा जो बैरियर था वो धार्मिक अवस्था और प्रथाओं में भिन्नता थी। इसके अनुसार जो उसका तीसरा बैरियर था वो था कि वो कहता है कि यहाँ के लोगों में, स्पेशली ब्राह्मण्स में, एक घमंड की भावना है। वो कहते हैं कि हमारे जैसा श्रेष्ठ कोई नहीं है, हमारे जैसा श्रेष्ठ कुछ भी नहीं है। ये जो सुपरियॉरिटी कॉम्प्लेक्स की भावना है इंडियंस के अंदर, स्पेशली ब्राह्मण्स के अंदर, दैट इज आल्सो द मेन hindrance, obstacles for me to understand the actual condition. Explain, my dear. और वो कहता है कि इन समस्याओं की जानकारी होने पर भी अल-बिरूनी लगभग पूरी तरह से ब्राह्मणों द्वारा रचित कृतियों पर आश्रित रहा। इवन he explained that कि Brahmins, they were proud. Brahmins, they always claim that we are more superior than others. But even if, having known these problems, Al-Biruni had to depend on the book which was written by Brahmins, like Vedas, like Bhagavad Gita, like Manusmriti, and such type of others, which is written in Sanskrit. I hope you remember what I told you in the first previous class. I told you that the different books which was translated by Al-Biruni from Sanskrit to Arabic and Farsi. I was counted their name: Brahma Siddhant, Mahabhasya, Quran also. तो सबसे महत्वपूर्ण बात क्या है कि एक तरफ तो ये कहता है अल-बिरूनी कि भारत में जो ब्राह्मण्स हैं, ये ब्राह्मण्स बड़े घमंडी टाइप के हैं और हमेशा ये कहते हैं कि हम सबसे सर्वश्रेष्ठ हैं हर मायनों में। लेकिन फिर दूसरी तरफ वो उन्हीं ब्राह्मणों से क्या करता है, संस्कृत की विद्या ग्रहण करता है, वो संस्कृत उनसे सीखता है और एक बात वो लिखता है कि यहाँ के ब्राह्मण बड़े विद्वान हैं। वो इस बात का भी उल्लेख करता है कि द मोर इंटेलेक्चुअल द ब्राह्मण्स हु लिव्ड इन वाराणसी। तो एक तरफ वो लिखता है कि वो बड़े प्राउडी हैं, दूसरी तरफ वो लिखता है कि ये बड़े विद्वान हैं, लेकिन तीसरी तरफ लिखता है कि वो विद्वान है और लेकिन वो दूसरे को अपने से हीन मानते हैं, कमजोर मानते हैं, कम बुद्धिमान मानते हैं। ये कमियां हैं, ये चीज़ें हैं जो मुझे बाधा उत्पन्न कर रही हैं यहाँ की चीज़ों को समझने में। तो इस आधार पे अपने उसने उन चीज़ों का वर्णन किया। अब इसका नेक्स्ट टॉपिक है अल-बिरूनीज डिस्क्रिप्शंस ऑफ द कास्ट सिस्टम। अल-बिरूनीज डिस्क्रिप्शंस ऑफ द कास्ट सिस्टम। अल-बिरूनीज डिस्क्रिप्शंस of 4.1 Al-Biruni discusses. Okay, let me run all the points and come to the actual point what we are going to read. It would be better. आइए, टॉपिक है आपका अल-बिरूनीज डिस्क्रिप्शंस। Al-Biruni's descriptions of the caste system. Okay. SYSTEM को आप क्लियर कर लीजिए, अदरवाइज आप डाउट होगा? ओके, आई थिंक इट इज वेरी क्लियर। कास्ट सिस्टम के बारे में अल्बिरूनी ने क्या लिखा, इन्हीं चीज़ों के बारे में हम पढ़ेंगे इस टॉपिक। वी आर गोइंग टू रीड अबाउट द कास्ट सिस्टम ऑफ इंडिया, व्हाट was explained by Al-Biruni in his text. I hope you have remember, I was previously discussed that the longest list of the untouchables given by Al-Biruni in their text. अपने टेक्स्ट में Al-Biruni सबसे लंबे अनटचेबल्स की लिस्ट देता है। सबसे लंबे अनटचेबल की लिस्ट को देते हुए वो बताता है कि हिंदुस्तान में सबसे ज़्यादा संख्या में क्या है, विभिन्न जातियों के लोग हैं। कहता है अल-बिरूनी ने अन्य समुदायों में प्रतिरूपों की खोज की। प्रतिरूपों मतलब विभिन्न विभिन्न प्रकार के समाजों के माध्यम से जाति व्यवस्था को समझने और उसकी व्याख्या करने का प्रयास किया। उसने लिखा कि प्राचीन फारस में 4 सामाजिक वर्गों को मान्यता थी: घुड़सवार, शासक वर्ग, भिक्षु और अनुष्ठानिक पुरोहित तथा चिकित्सक। खगोल शास्त्री तथा वैज्ञानिक और अंत में कृषक तथा शिल्पकार। दूसरे शब्दों में वह दिखाना चाहता है कि सामाजिक वर्ग केवल भारत तक सीमित नहीं थे, इसके साथ ही ये अलग अलग जगहों पे भी सोशल कैटेगरीज के बारे में वो बातों को लिखता है। उसमें केवल उनकी भिन्नताएं धार्मिकता के आधार पर पालन करने की बात करता है। मेरे कहने का सेंस यही है, माय डियर स्टूडेंट, here Al-Biruni is trying to explain that the categorization in society, it was not only in Indian social scenario but also in the Islamic context. What he observed, he wrote that कि एक स्पेसिफिक जगह पे अगर बात करें तो कहता है, let me read your book where he explained as it is what he written in their text. The Al-Birunis tried to explain the caste system by looking for parallel in other societies. He noted that in ancient Persia, 4 social categories were recognized: those of knight and princess, monk, fire priest and liars, physician, astronomers and other scientists, and finally peasants and artisans. In other words, he attempted to suggest that the social divisions were not unique to India. At the same time, he pointed out that within Islam, all men were considered equal, differing only in their observance of pity. In spite of the acceptance of Brahmanical descriptions of the caste system, Al-Biruni disapproved of the notion of pollution. He remarked that everything which falls into state of impurities strives and succeeded in the ranging its original condition of the purity, the sun cleanness, the air, the salt in the sea prevents to water from the becoming polluted. If we were not so insisted, Al-Biruni life on earth would have been impossible. The conceptions of social pollutions, the internist, the caste system was, according to him, contrary to the law of nature. As we have seen, Al-Biruni descriptions of the caste system was deeply influenced by his study of the normative Sanskrit text, which laid down the rules governing the system from the point of view of the Brahmins. However, in real life, the system was not quite as rigid. For instance, the categories defined as antyach, literally born outside the system, were often expected to provide the inexpensive labor to both peasants and jamidars. In other words, while they were often subject to social, the operations were included within the economic network. My dear, this descriptions, this notes which was given by Al-Biruni, where he tried to explain about that as far as the matter of the caste system, the category of the society, that is not unique to India only, it is also in Islam. he discussed that in old Persia there were four main groups में वो कहता है कि प्रिंस हैं और नाइट्स हैं, दूसरे ग्रुप में एस्ट्रोनॉमर को रखता है, साइंटिस्ट को रखता है, तीसरे ग्रुप में वो ऐसे लोगों को रखता है जो व्यापारिक वर्ग से हो, और चौथा ग्रुप कहता है कि पीजेंट्स और वर्कर्स का है। तो कहता है कि ये ऐसा नहीं था कि ये पर्सिया में नहीं, लेकिन वो कहता है कि दीज डिस्ट्रीब्यूशंस ऑन द बेसिस ऑफ दैट वी कैन नॉट डिस्क्रिमिनेट कि दैट इज सुपीरियर, दैट इज व्हाट इन्फीरियर, वो महान है, वो कम है, वो ज़्यादा, इस तरह की नहीं। इक्वलिटी को बड़ा फोकस किया गया, बड़ा महत्व दिया गया इस्लाम में, ये उन बातों को कहता है। सबसे महत्वपूर्ण बात है कि जाति व्यवस्था के संबंध में ब्राह्मणवादी व्याख्या को मानने के बावजूद अल-बिरूनी ने अपवित्रता की मान्यता को अस्वीकार कर दिया। वो कहता है, वो लिखता है कि वह वस्तु जो अपरिचित है, अपवित्र हो जाती है, अपनी पवित्रता की मूल स्थिति को पुनः प्राप्त करने का प्रयास करती है और सफल होती है। कहता है कि ठीक ऐसे कहता है कि जो ब्राह्मणिकल रिलीजन है उसमें कुछ लोगों को अपवित्र बताया गया है, अंत्यज बताया गया है। अपवित्र और अंत्यज बताने के साथ साथ कहता है कि जो ये डिफरेंसेस हैं, अनटचेबल्स हैं, वो अगर अपवित्र हो गए तो फिर पवित्र कैसे होंगे अनटचेबल्स को। वो कहता है हर अपवित्र चीज़ पवित्र हो जाती है। वो एग्जाम्पल के लिए कहता है कि जिस प्रकार पानी, जिस प्रकार हवा, सूर्य की किरणें हुई, कहता है कि जो नेचुरल स्टेटस को वो प्राप्त कर लेती है, ठीक उसी प्रकार कहता है कि अपनी पवित्रता की मूल स्थिति को पुनः प्राप्त करने का प्रयास करती हैं और सफल होती हैं। सूर्य हवा को स्वच्छ करता है और समुद्र में नमक पानी को गंदा होने से बचाता है। अल-बिरूनी जोर दे के कहता है कि यदि ऐसा नहीं होता तो पृथ्वी पर जीवन असंभव होता। इसके अनुसार जाति व्यवस्था में सन्निहित अपवित्रता की अवधारणा प्राकृतिक नियमों के विरुद्ध है। ये बात अल-बिरूनी कहता है। तो माय डियर, आई होप यू आर गेटिंग अंडरस्टैंड व्हाट आई एम डूइंग। दिस इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट। वी विल डिस्कस दिस टॉपिक, वी विल कंटिन्यू दिस टॉपिक इन नेक्स्ट क्लास। आज के लिए इतना ही। गुड बाय एंड टेक केयर।